This is a reset. For founders, for rebuilders, for anyone tired of waiting for proof and ready to move from what they already know. Today's clarity shift comes from the Mode deck card. Trust the knowing before the proving, and it might just change the way you lead. From childhood, we're taught to seek approval. Raise your hand, wait to be called, look for the gold star. Over time, this habit convinces us our own knowing isn't enough. We start believing the only right answer is the one others confirm: bosses, partners, social media. This conditioning follows us into our biggest decisions. Even when we feel a clear direction, we pause, searching for data or consensus, not for wisdom, but for safety. We want proof, not insight. We want armor, not clarity. This hesitation is where innovation dies and leadership falters. The gap between knowing and doing is filled with fear of being wrong. The world trains us to wait for permission, but the truth is, you don't need a slip to trust yourself. The most transformative leaders don't wait for applause. They trust their inner signal, even if it's just a whisper. They stand in their knowing, unapologetically, without needing validation. True authority comes from alignment with your own truth, not from others' approval. It's time to unlearn waiting and start practicing self-trust. The permission slip you're waiting for, you can write it yourself. Inner clarity is a quiet force, a steady hum, not a lightning bolt, but it's often drowned out by the noise of proof-seeking and consensus. We confuse collaboration with the need for agreement, hiding behind group comfort instead of leading. The demand for proof becomes sophisticated procrastination. Innovation means stepping where there's no data. Sometimes you must leap without guarantees. The real battle is between honoring your truth and bending to what's popular. Each time we ignore our inner hum for external noise, we erode self-trust. Silencing your clarity teaches you that others' opinions matter more than your own. To lead and create, you must tune out the static and listen to your own signal. The world's noise is loud, but your wisdom is real. Trust it. High achievers aren't confused. They're overconditioned. Systems that reward perfection and external validation teach us to look outside for answers. Success reinforces the belief that the answer is always out there. High performers become experts at de-risking, building cases, and seeking proof. But this skill set can become a golden cage. When a decision requires a leap of values, not data, paralysis sets in. The hesitation isn't, "I don't know what to do," but "I can't prove this is right." Fear of being wrong becomes a threat to identity. So we gather more data, hold more meetings, and build consensus, avoiding vulnerability. The real work is shifting from being right to being real. Our greatest contributions come from drawing our own map, not following someone else's. The challenge isn't to be smarter, it's to be braver. Trust the intelligence that shows up as a quiet nudge. The clarity is there, honor it. Self-doubt often masquerades as humility. We're taught it's arrogant to be sure, humble to question ourselves. But true humility is openness to learning, not shrinking from our own insight. False humility is fear in disguise, causing us to downplay our clarity for safety. We soften our voice, not out of collaboration, but out of self-abandonment. Real clarity is about alignment, not rigid certainty. Clarity is fluid and strong. It means knowing your next right step, even amid uncertainty. Healthy humility asks, "What am I missing?" Fear-based doubt asks, "What if I'm wrong?" The next time you hesitate, ask, "Is this humility or fear? Are you seeking to learn or to hide?" Recognizing false humility is the first step to taking off the mask. Show up with a clear voice and an open heart. That's courageous leadership. Years ago, I faced a big career opportunity, more money, bigger title, everyone cheering me on. On paper, it was perfect. But inside, I felt a knot of dread. My mind made pro-con lists, but my body said no. I tried to rationalize the feeling away, blaming fear or self-sabotage. The real conflict was between external validation and my own quiet signal. Choosing the signal meant disappointing people and stepping into the unknown. It felt like failure. but I turned down the offer, simply saying, "It doesn't feel right." The aftermath was uncomfortable. Confusion, disappointment, self-doubt, but the knot in my stomach disappeared, replaced by calm. That decision became foundational. It was the first time I chose my clarity over approval. It taught me my knowing was trustworthy. That was the start of real self-trust. Sometimes the bravest thing is to honor your own signal. In a noisy world, it's easy to lose touch with your inner clarity. You don't need a retreat to reconnect, just a simple ritual, the one true sentence. Take a breath, write down one sentence you know is true right now. Don't overthink or justify it. It doesn't have to be profound, just honest. This bypasses the need for proof and lets your truth surface. Write it down, read it back, and notice how it feels. Does it bring relief, calm, or energy? That's your clarity. Then ask, what's one small action I can take to honor this truth? Maybe it's resting or having a tough conversation. This ritual builds self-trust, one sentence at a time. The more you practice, the stronger your clarity becomes. Start small. Your truth is waiting. We can lead from anxiety or from authority. Anxiety-driven leadership is reactive, always seeking approval and control. It creates exhaustion and fear. Inner authority is different. It's about being the author of your choices, grounded in your values. You don't need all the answers. You need alignment. Leading from authority means making intentional, values-driven decisions. You can hold uncertainty and listen to dissent without feeling threatened. Building self-trust is an inside job, one courageous choice at a time. Every time you honor your gut, you strengthen your authority. This creates psychological safety for your team. People feel safe to innovate and take risks. Cultivating inner authority is a gift to yourself and those you lead. Inspire courage, not fear. Self-trust is built in the arena, not in theory. It's forged in moments of uncertainty when the stakes are high and doubt is loud. Every time you choose your own clarity over consensus, you lay a brick in your foundation. You can't think your way into self-trust. You have to act. Like learning to swim, you must get in the water to feel supported. It's not about heroic leaps, but small acts of courage, speaking up, saying no, admitting you don't know. Each act tells yourself, I have my own back. There will be times you fall. Don't beat yourself up. Get curious, learn, and step back in. The goal isn't perfection, but returning to yourself. Self-trust is a practice, not a destination. Be kind, be brave, and keep showing up. That's how you build unshakable trust. You don't need permission to trust your clarity. The world teaches us to look outside for wisdom, but your guidance is within. Leadership isn't about titles or applause, it's about inner alignment and courage. It means standing in your knowing, even alone. This path isn't easy. It may disappoint others and require sitting with uncertainty. Will you keep waiting for permission, or will you honor your own signal? The choice is yours, every moment. Turn down the noise, get quiet, and ask, what do I know to be true? Then act on it. This is how we build self-trust and lead with courage. It's your turn. Lead on. The world doesn't need more performers. It needs people who trust their signal. Rebuild from truth. Lead from clarity. This is Leaducademy. Don't forget to claim your free Leaducademy Essentials Vault in the description. It's packed with transformational tools just for you. Like, subscribe, and remember, your best is still unfolding. We'll see you in the next step forward.